Joanna told me that Bloom was about growth. Hence the name, Bloom. So I thought, what do you guys think of when you think about growth? I think of green stems, beautiful flowers, sprawling trees and young saplings, growing from the ground, tall, strong, and powerful. So I thought of a seed, and I thought, that's what I need. I'll tell the story of a kernel of glory about the blooming and sprouting of a sapling that's flouting in open disregard, just randomly growing in someone's yard, without fear, shame, or weakness. A poem of power and pride. But once I had reflected upon this topic, I detected a quivering facade. Like Jonah's joke of a shade tree, my poem was a frailty. This poem of power and pride, this flowering fancy, after which I'd have sat down and grown antsy, knowing I had lied, and I can't look you in the face, in the eye and lie, when if you've known me at any, and I can't look you in the eye and lie about my power and strength, when if you've known me at any length, you know I'm just an ordinary guy. Okay, enough with the rhyming. You know, the funny thing about the seed is that in order for it to grow, you have to let it go. Oops, I said no rhyming, but I couldn't just let it by me. That wasn't a rhyme. No, what I mean is that in order for the seed to become the powerful flower that grows in your yard with complete disregard for your poor gardener, it first must die and go through the sorrow of the dark, damp dirt, not knowing what comes tomorrow. Dark, death, despair, hopelessness, weakness. The seed there in the grass, waiting, wondering, lost. What do you think the seed thinks as he's there in the grass, in the dirt? What do you think when in the ruins of your past, with no sight for the future, feeling the muck and the mud and the flood from the rain, when you look in the mirror after everything you've held dear is just washed away or walked away, maybe? When your friends who were so friendly just pronounced you as a fatty, or the girls 1, 2, 3 all decided you just weren't meant to be. Or the day you realized your family is faulted, or that because of someone else's choices, your youth has been halted. Or the moment you wake up in a car in Colorado, confronted with the fact that death is no longer a shadow in other people's lives, but a reality that you have to face, that just a week later, you put your mother's body in her final resting place. And so, the seed is sown in the grass. There's no power or glory at this point in the story, only the mud and the muck of the pain in your past. But, oh, that beautiful word. It is the mud and the muck. I know it sounds absurd, but it's the mud and the muck and the rain and the pain that causes the seed to burst forth with disdain for the dark death and despair from which it came, blooming instead full of life and of hope that wouldn't have come if the person who had flung the seed to the ground had flung it right there in that death and that pain. So for the seed that is sown, its troubles are a gift. This might not be very clear. I'm not asking you to look on the bright side of your darkest nightmare. That would be cheap. But in all of my mumbling and rhyming and atrociously bad timing, remember me this. The darkness you face might not seem like a grace, but in the dying of seeds come a whole forest of trees that bring shade to the wandering, rest for the worn out and downtrodden, food for those longing for something, anything to bring them sustenance, and beauty for the battle-beaten souls of war, whose only wish is for you to sing the song once more. So, Grow, my little seedlings. Don't be afraid of the dark, or the mud and the muck, or the rain and the pain. And if you find yourself in the shadow of doom, just remember, it's your time to bloom.